I'm Michelle with Michelle Loves Books. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a 2020 bullet journal flip through. I think that my bullet journal is a little bit different than a lot of bullet journals just because I am a stay-at-home mom and I don't require the same sort of weekly and daily scheduling as most people do. I really loved my planner last year. It was a standard planner. It had your monthly spread and then your weekly spreads for your month. It even had one spread to set out your monthly longer term goals and events that were going on, kind of like a month at a glance. And the thing that I loved most about it, and it really started getting me to think about clutter. If you're like me, I carry my planner in my purse at all times. One of my goals this year is to simplify my life and minimalize some things. Not necessarily clutter. I'm actually pretty good about not keeping a whole lot of unnecessary clutter, but I tend to make things too complicated for myself because of my organizing. Trying to do too much at once turns out to be a waste of time. That's kind of beside the point. Last year's planner, it was actually broken up into two books. It was like a traveler planner style. I've already packed all that stuff away because this video is getting done late. This is my third attempt, can you believe it, to try to film this. I don't have the right setup. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and they looked like crap, basically. So we're trying this again. I have a much better plan in action. So it was broken up into two books, 6 months at a time. So you only carry 6 months of the year with you. And that was so excellent. And it really got me thinking, like, those giant planners, like, I don't need to carry around a year's worth of stuff that I'm not using or is history. Because of my lifestyle, the things that I need to stay on top of and that I need to plan are basically tasks that are repetitive. I don't have a lot of appointments. My biggest thing that I need to plan better are my YouTube videos. So I basically did away with the weekly planner 100%. I have a month at a glance, and then I have like a year at a glance, and then I have lists so I can track my life and the kids' lives side by side. One other thing I have to say is, so where do I put like a list for daily things? What's been working for me the last 2 months, it keeps me the most productive, is I will wake up, get my, take the kids to school, I get my cup of coffee, I will write out a list on a scratch piece of paper. Any scratch piece of paper, I just write out the things that I want to tackle that day. And it's chicken scratch. It's total chicken scratch. And then if I forget something, I write it on the side, or if I decide I'm not doing something, I cross it out, or if I didn't get to my list at all, I will throw it away, make a new list. Completed it, I throw it away. I don't have to carry it around with me all the time. So far, it's like the best system for me. And I realize that doesn't work for everybody. After my life stuff, I have spreads to help me be more productive with my YouTube channel, like with tracking reading, other collections. So let's go ahead and get into my flip through, and I will kind of explain things as we go. So this journal, it just has like a little elastic to keep it closed. I always like when journals do that. It also has this. I don't know if it's supposed to hold a pen, but it's not very stretchy and you can't really stick a pen in it. So I don't know, but it's just a little detail. I bought this one at Walmart and it was, I believe it was maybe $7, something like that. It is a dotted grid. I like the color of the dots. They're pretty light colored. I was a little bit concerned about how thin the paper is. Sometimes there is some shadowing. It's not horrible. I have two little weird bullet keys. I didn't even fill them in pen. This is what I normally go to with boxes. This is the one that most bullet journalists use. So I just have them both in here, but I haven't committed to anything. It came with this little thing in here, and it's just see-through, straight edge, stencils in it too. It's actually really handy. The ruler I was using was a really nice metal one. I really value having a clear straight edge so that you can make sure you're on the right lines. This I actually pulled from my last journal. It's just the whole year at a glance, a little teeny tiny thing. I don't remember what was underneath it. For some reason I wanted to cover it, I think. Otherwise I would have left it alone. But I just taped this in here with some cute washi tape. And these are the colors I go with. And I just have been really loving that combination. If you notice all of my thumbnails in the past month, this also has like a conversion chart and multiplication table. And then I don't know why, I always feel the need to leave an empty page. This page, I actually put a piece of washi tape here so I can stick washi tape notes on this little strip and it wouldn't start breaking down the actual paper. Plus it looks really cute. And then this is where I just put my to-do list. Is there anything on here embarrassing? Like I was saying before, like I like to just grab a scrap paper. You can see it's just been torn out of something. This is an index. This is my year at a glance, and I just covered this to hide stuff. This is just our daily schedule, Monday through Fridays, a school week, basically. They are notoriously the busiest, most hectic days, lots of things to remember. This is the side-by-side schedule. So this is the kids and the home, and this is my personal schedule. It can be used as kind of a tool to multitask as well. At 6:30, the kids are waking up and they're getting dressed. I'm making breakfast. At 7 o'clock, they need to be finished with breakfast, backpacks, go brush their teeth and do their hair. They go to school but this is my time to do anything that I need to do for the house. If this is done, I don't have anything to do there, then this is other stuff I can do while the kids are gone. Here I have like, as soon as I get home from school, I work in my planner, I have a cup of coffee, have a minute just to kind of put my day together. I can do any filming or editing or just read or whatever until it's time to go pick up the kids. And then when the kids get home, they have all their things that they need to do. And at the same time, I have things that I can do, like prepping for dinner. Are my nails okay? So then this is the time that, they shower and get ready for bed. And then I go read to them. And then I can do anything else. The next page over is my cleaning checklist. And I have things that need to get done every single day. And then on the weekly and monthly, this is like a working list. I've seen this done before for like meal planners, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I think I could carry it over into a cleaning checklist. Maybe I want to do a couple of these tasks on a Monday, the next one's on a Wednesday, and every week it doesn't always work. So I don't want to set myself up to where I do something on Wednesdays because I might have plans on Wednesdays. Maybe I need to make sure that I get Wednesday's chore done on Monday so that I'm free Wednesday. And the same concept for the monthly things. This is one page that is incomplete. It's basically a reflection of this. It's for the house, but this is going to be personal daily things, personal weekly things. I have certain websites I want to make sure that I'm checking in on a weekly basis. This is the meal planner. It's just kind of like a working piece too. So this is like a spot for meals that we have made that I have planned, and then I don't want to just throw these away. One of my problems with meal planning is making dinner every single day is we end up eating the same stuff because it was easy. I already know how to do it. I don't have to look up a recipe. I kind of want to try to away from that. On the next page, I probably should have put this in a different spot, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to flip it sideways here. This is my reading tracker for 2020. You can see the whole year at a glance and how I'm doing. So I have number of books, number of pages, what age group it's intended for, what format, where I got it from, if I already own the book or if I DNF the book, and then different genres. And then I decided I wanted to track how many star ratings I'm giving, and this got kind of messed up. I definitely like having a written log of everything, but I am also using the reading tracker that Hardback Hoarder has put together, and there is a star rating on that as well. Next page, this is all the planning that I do. So remember how I said I took away the weekly planner? This is what I look at every single month. This one page. And again, it's the side-by-side tracker. So I hope that this is clear enough to see. This has a lot of information on it, and I really like that about it. I feel bad when I waste paper. It's a side-by-side tracker for the day, and there's not any room to write a lot, but I don't need to write a lot. This is stuff that has to do with my kids or the house, any family things, appointments and stuff like that. Here's a no school day, here's an early release day. We don't really do a whole lot. We were just hanging out at home. We were gonna go to Animal Kingdom this day, but we ended up staying in bed and like watching TV and reading, and that was so nice. And then this is all the personal stuff. I finished a book that day, so I wasn't really doing anything. I just read, so I went ahead and put the book that I finished. On this column, I decided to start tracking my steps. My husband got me an Apple Watch. I'm not wearing it right now, but my husband got me an Apple Watch. Since we've been going to Disney and stuff a lot more lately, I've actually been noticing how many steps we're walking, so we started looking it up, and 10,000 steps is 5 miles. I want to see what it looks like over a period of a month. And then on this side is a sleep tracker, and I've never been into sleep trackers, except I recently read an article about how terrible it can affect your health when you don't get enough sleep. I do have a problem with that. Down here, I put anything under 4 hours, like that's bad. I put a dot on this line, and then I have a spot for 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, and then anything over 8 hours goes on this line. If it's 8 hours or more, that's excellent. And then if I get 6 hours, that's okay. I pretty much, my own personal self, if I get 6 hours of sleep, like I can still have a productive day, things like that. If I get like 5 hours to 4 hours, like that is a bad day. I don't get anything done. I'm crabby. It's funny too, because look, I guess you could consider it a New Year's resolution, and I got like 3 hours of sleep on the 1st, and it was a horrible day. And then of course the next day I slept a lot. This past week has been a rough week. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep. This page next is, I don't even know. I had some ideas for things to write down every month, and then like I don't know if I want to do that anymore, so it's kind of sketched out in pencil. This one in particular, I have some new releases, but I don't want to have a whole list of books. I'm doing videos on new releases, so I'm thinking maybe I'll just put like 2 of my favorite that I'm most anticipating, and then move on to like books that I've hauled or books that I've unhauled. And those are kind of the things like I wanted to put here. We'll see, I don't know. Here's a spot for like events. This ends up being a spot for any readathons going on. Like my life is literally booktube, and that's kind of how this planner is going. So here's any home projects that I wanted to get to. This one's really important because there's a lot of things that like we just kind of get lazy on, we just procrastinate, and I want to start making these a priority. This is a list of videos that I'm working on for the month. My husband and I have AMC A-list, and we like to go see a lot of movies for date night. Here's a spot where I wanted to put new movies coming out that we want to go see, and I'm kind of planning on adding any movies that we see to my monthly wrap-ups. Here, this whole spread is for books that I read for the month. Before, I just had a list writing the title. I feel like I need to have a place where I can write a couple notes. I had another journal, but then I would just start like rambling for 3 pages, and I was like, this is too much, and I wasn't updating it. This so far has been working really well. I have like the title, the author, just some of this basic information, and then I can write a few thoughts on it, so then I can refresh my memory really quickly. The only thing is, I think I'm running out of space. I need to write these in pen. I am really weird, and I write everything in pencil, and then I write over it in pen. And then down here, I have a little space for books that like maybe I've DNF'd, books that I've read with my kids that I'm not necessarily going to want to cover in a wrap up. Speaking of this, I actually wanted to make a space over here, make a spread for each of my kids so we can track how many books they are also reading, and obviously I have to track that for them, but I thought that would be fun. All my monthly pages are already pre-done pretty much, so I can't really expand on this. However, what I could do is maybe lessen how many spaces I choose to use. I just kind of wanted them all to be the same, and that's kind of why I did it, but I don't think I'm going to do that in the future. But this month, if I exceed this many books, I'm just going to tape another piece of paper in here and then call it good. This is all the amount of pages I'm using for my daily or monthly planning and tracking how many books I'm reading. This spread is for video ideas by the month. Broken these into 2 sides because these are ones that I am definitely going to do or that need to get done. For instance, monthly wrap-ups, any reviews, and then a new thing that I'm doing, monthly new releases. Those are going to be on one every single month. And then this side is for ones that I would like to maybe do, but they're not set in stone, or they might get migrated to another month if something comes up. Starting to run out of ideas, I can kind of work ahead if there's like a tag that I wanted to do for the next month. This page, I have a separate notebook for video ideas. That is kind of a brain dump of video ideas, but I wanted to carry over ones that I really want to get to that are really, really important to me and make a list here. This page is kind of a project tracker. It is my booktube checklist. So these are the list of videos that I'm either working on or are planned. This might be a better way to look at this. And then along the top here is different tasks that go into creating and publishing a video. So I have script, once you film it, this is kind of out of order. Once you upload the video, edit the video, if you've done your thumbnail, I put a little space in here for the date that I schedule the video, which is, I haven't been doing that, and I just never have enough videos. The time I start filming a video, I'm like, I haven't posted in forever. I have to upload this one right away. So I don't have enough videos to schedule ahead, and I'm really trying to change that for this year. Then you can put when the video has been published. So any of the special effects, images, clips, green screens, music, when you get all those elements collected, you can tick those off. I mean, some videos you don't need this stuff all for, so you can even put like a line through it. And then I left these open in case there's anything else that comes up, I don't know. And then at the back here, I have an index page. This one in particular, like, decided to do an entire like project page for it. So I put the index where I can find the more detailed project planner for that video. This next page over here is just reserved for another tracker like this. This page is unfinished. It's TV series that I have started watching. I'm addicted to Smallville right now. These are book series I would like to get to this year. If you don't know, I shop for most of my books at charity shops or use bookshop. This kind of helps me so that when I'm out book shopping, I don't purchase books more than once. That's not going to be for every book series that I read. These are just like big ones that I'm really want to get to like this year or finish this year. This next page, pretty excited about. We are trying to do a lot of things to our house. So I have sketched out the house like a blueprint. So I can kind of write what we want to do in that area of the house, or wish lists for that room in the house, because it's not something that you're going to necessarily run out and go buy, but like, hey, if we're going to go be in the area next to IKEA, like the kitchen, the dining space, this is like the walkway. It's not perfect. I had to redo this page like 3 times now. Try to get the spacing as correct as I could. And a lot of these I think I'll probably just end up leaving in pencil. Like this light here, the difference between carpet and tile. So it's kind of nice for me to see that. I don't know why. But this is like the living room, and then this is the master bedroom, and then this is like our bathroom and the closet, and I don't even know what the space is for. There has to be something there. I don't know. Probably like a space for like extra plumbing. And then on the upstairs, I actually could not figure out how to do the entire upstairs, but most of the upstairs is already finished. The biggest project is my office. Other than that, upstairs is done. So this is my office. Like, I want to get furniture in there. And I really want to put all the dimensions so I know how it's going to fit in there. This ended up actually working out a lot better than I thought. The next page is like a handmade DIY list. And then this is just kind of a running list of different bullet journal collection ideas and trackers. This is that page I was talking about. It was an indexed page, a video project for each part. For this entire thing, I needed to read 3 books. So when I read the book, when I film my reactions, I load them onto my computer. I have to put that on there because I will film and then I'll run off and do something and forget what videos are on my tablet. Need to be better at loading them on my computer, iMovie, putting them into the correct file folder so that it makes the editing process faster. I don't have to go hunt for that footage. I actually made a checklist for loading it on the computer, and that's if I've edited that part of it. Like, this project requires titles in between each book that I'm talking about, and so I have a mark for titles. All of this is finished. I can mark it off, put the date that it's published. And then there's not a lot else going on. I have the rest of this book for other collections. And lastly, my color scheme is black, gray, and white. Very minimalist. Don't have a lot of washi tape things in there, but I have this set aside. I don't know if you've seen these. These are like little hacks, so you can just carry around, you know, your washi tape in an easy to carry. And so I have an old library card here that I wrapped some washi tape that matches my aesthetic for this journal. Then I have a mechanical pencil, a big eraser. This is one of the pens I use mostly for filling in any plans and things. This is a Uniball. My biggest thing is the tip. This is a 0.5. It's really hard to find ones that are any smaller, but the smaller the better for me. This is the one color highlighter I use. It's a Zebra Mild Liner in gray. I'm getting away from doing a bunch of crazy colors and I'm just sticking to these colors, and I'm liking it a lot so far. So this is the only highlighter I need to carry around with me, making my life easier. This is actually another one that I use fill in some things, and it's the Zig Millennium pen. It won't focus on it, but the point on this is 005. It is super skinny. Can you see? It's tiny. I don't write in it all the time because it's a little bit delicate. And then I have 3 microns, and these ones are the ones I do for a lot of the line work, 0.1, a 0.5, and a 0.3. And then I have a ruler. I don't actually use this ruler much anymore. I use the one that comes in here, which I showed you at the beginning of the video. And then I use Post-it notes. I really like using these when I'm setting it up, placing out what pages I want where sometimes, and then just also making notes before I commit to them. Post-it notes are a must as well. And this is one other pen I really like. This is actually an erasable pen. It's gray, and I've been using this for so much annotating lately. It contrasts against your normal text really nicely. It goes with my color scheme. All right, so that wraps up my 2020 bullet journal. I hope that you found some of those spreads useful and helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.